Hey, what's up, you guys? My name's Shay.
My name's Seta.
My name is Esther.
And this is the Dear Abby podcast,
where we give you advice.
Now, today, we're going to tell you guys a little bit about ourselves. This is an advice podcast. We will be advising at the end of this.
Alrighty, so we have realized after dropping our first 2 podcasts, which if you haven't listened to already, they're on our YouTube channel. Please go stream them now before you listen to these. Although technically it would be better if you listened to this one first.
You know, we went out of order with this, but it is what it is. So now you get to know us.
Yeah, so we're going to answer a little bit of questions about ourselves. The first one being, how did we meet / form the podcast?
Okay, so my name is Esther, if you can't recognize me, but I met Seta and Shaylee at the same time whenever we both went, or the 3 of us, we went into journalism freshman year together. We were in the same class, but I know they met like way before
We met in 4th grade.
Yeah. So we did talk about that in our first episode, how me and you met a little bit. But yes, it kind of comes full circle with Esther because we all met each other in journalism. We were working on projects together. I remember... Okay, so our teacher's Weinman. We talk about that in our sponsorship a lot, but we used to take photos and write stories, and this is kind of where it all started. So
yeah, it's kind of like Shay was saying, it's sort of full circle in the sense that we ended up in the sense that it's our senior year where we started because we all met freshman year, little babies coming into this class trying to figure out how to learn a camera.
And I feel like over the 4 years, like there have been so many people like in our little journalism group, but like it started the 3 of us, ended the 3 of us. So
started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah. So I think to give a little more technicality to how we actually formed the podcast. So we met in journalism freshman year. We went through the years together. Sophomore year, we had an editor. Her name was Sophia. She was amazing.
Literally the best.
Literally the best.
We loved her.
Miss her every day.
We were only focusing on doing the magazine. I don't know if you guys remember when the magazine came out. We did an edition of the Deer Park Trail. Which kind of was just a collection of all of the stories that we wrote in journalism that year. And we are going to be releasing one this year as well. But we started with that. And then our junior year, you know, all 3 of us were juniors and we were in a class of people that weren't really passionate about the program. So we stepped up and we said, you know what, we're passionate, so we're going to do something. We created a collection of stories like we did for the first magazine. And that's what's going to be releasing this year. But
comes
we
out
also
in November.
It will come out in November. We are we started exploring the idea of what if we started doing a podcast. It was actually another girl that came up with the idea, and we were just like, you know what? That sounds like a great, fun way to get people to engage with this class and for us to engage with something that we've never dealt with before. So yeah, I think.
So essentially the whole idea that like a podcast can be started genuinely like stemmed from Weinman. He gives us a lot of freedom in like the creativity aspect of this class, and so us saying, hey, like we think it would be fun for it to be a podcast, like what do you think, blah blah blah, and essentially he was like, yeah, let me see what we can do about it, and here we are now.
Yeah, he got us the funds.
Yep.
You know, fun fact, we are going to be recording in video at some point, and I'm so excited for you guys to see what this room looks like. It's really cool. Me, Seta, and Esther, we created this table. It is so awesome. Like, I want video to happen just so you can see the table that we created. Like, it's so cool. But we've got a bunch of other cool stuff going on in here, and I can't wait for y'all to be a part of that.
Alrighty, and so to sort of transition so we're not talking about the same topic for a million years, the next question we have up here is, why do we choose to give advice?
You know, we laugh, but God, what were we doing? So in journalism, we have a lot of things called roundtables. It's where we take the class period and go over, you know, what our story topic's going to be about. And in this case, what were we going to do a podcast over? What were people going to be interested in? What were we going to be interested enough to spend hours of our lives editing and recording? And we kind of fell on this. I know, Esther, you really wanted to do kind of an advice column. I remember you being very passionate about podcast topics.
I pitched the idea in one of our roundtables, junior year. And it kind of, and at the time it was going to go, like I think it was like one of the seniors that were going to do it, but they, you know, again, they didn't really end up doing it. So it kind of fell into our laps. So, and I'm very glad it did because I feel like we really executed it the way we wanted to execute it. And we really like got our vision going.
And not to be like patting ourselves on the back or anything, but we have gone through some stuff. And I feel like
that doesn't necessarily make us qualified, but we have a lot of experiences that we can like relay on to other people.
Yeah.
And they can see different perspectives.
Yes, I know that, we're all pretty similar in that we're going through sort of the same experiences in college and in high school, and we take the classes the same. I know me and Seta, we both were English majors at the beginning of, we're in early college, so we were both English majors and interested in that kind of stuff. And I know I know Esther's interested in law, and so am I, and so we have a lot of similarities, but we're all very different people.
Yeah, and we have a lot of different experiences that at least like one of us here can relate to at some point.
And relate to other people.
Yeah, so I think that the reason why we chose advice, honestly, is because it was easy for us to talk about. We're able to relate to a lot of you. And I love connecting with people. I love the fact that this is very much you guys make it happen. Because if you weren't asking us the questions, if you weren't on our Instagrams, on our TikTok, on any of our social media platforms posing questions to us, we wouldn't be able to answer them and have the medium that we do. So I want to give a quick shout out to y'all for making this possible for us.
And to give a quick shout out to our Instagram and our TikTok and stuff. All of that is under the name Dear Abby Podcast. So give us a follow.
Very important.
Yeah, so give us a follow, like and comment, and ask some questions on there.
I want to say we're working on getting our stuff out on
Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and iHeart Music.
Yeah, something like that. We're working really hard, but they make you jump through a lot of hoops. So, I guess we need to kind of move into some personal questions about us, right?
Sure.
So yeah. What do we got here?
Alrighty, so we have, when is a time you wished you asked for advice?
That's so tough.
So, okay, so I'm not going to go too deep into like detail about this. It is sort of personal, but there was a time last year, the very, very beginning of the school year, where I was going through a lot of really deep, sort of traumatic, like personal family stuff. And for a lot of it, I didn't like really open up or tell anybody about it. I just kind of like dealt with it. And I think I would have rather had asked some of my closer friends like what they would have done in that situation or what I could do better for there to not have been such like a rift almost in my family now.
That's true. I think relating this question to family issues is super personal for me because honestly my response would be the same. I love my family. I'm very close to my family, but we do have our times when there are just obstacles that you can't overcome, and I think I would have asked for advice from people that deal with this similar home life to me because I'm in a single parent household. I've just got my mom, she's a server. We work at the same restaurant. And there are just a lot of times when I feel like other people would be good to lean on for some of the stuff that we have to go through, me and my mom or me and my sister or me and my grandparents. And I think I need to start relying on people a little more often for that.
And kind of bouncing off of that, like, I feel like I wish I asked for advice, like, anytime, like, I was going through, like, family issues. Because, like, especially if you have immigrant parents, this, like, it's, like, talking about your emotions, talking about your feelings, like, it's not really something that happens in like our kinds of culture. So like I feel like in my household it's not talked about. It's kind of taboo almost. So I feel like I wish I kind of like reached out to people, and because of that I feel like that makes me more closed off and I don't reach out to people because of that. But I wish I would ask for more advice about that kind of things.
Yeah, 100%.
I really like that we all have similar situations to that, and a lot of you out there probably feel the same way. I think the next question that we have is, what's the worst advice you've ever given or received? That makes me think. I don't know.
Probably relationship advice. Sometimes these people be coming up to me and they're like, yeah, so this is what's happening in my life and like, what would you do? And a lot of the time I'm just like, dude, why are you dealing with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just drop them already.
Whenever people come to, okay, not all the time, but a lot of the time, especially my like close friends come to me for like relationship advice, like their boyfriends are doing XYZ. One of my first suggestions is always like break up with them,
burn their stuff,
like burn their clothes,
rip their
burn
clothes
their
up.
clothes, always burn their clothes. It's always a solution.
What did I say in the last couple episodes? That if you come to Esther with anything that a man has done to you, she's gonna say
burn their clothes,
and
all the time.
Is that bad? I don't know.
I think it's pretty solid.
Okay, but
it's not always a solution. I know that.
Yes.
So I can be a bit, especially when it's friends, because I love my friends and
protective.
I see, it's a kind of a bias. So I always want to respond irrationally.
I'm really bad about jumping the gun with that sort of situation.
Absolutely.
I was just about to say, sometimes like I can't really pinpoint the worst advice that I've ever given or received, but definitely when I'm giving advice, I don't take into account all sides of the situation.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
need to do a better job of doing that, because most of the time my friends are coming up to me, they're telling me about somebody did XYZ to them, and you know what? I'm on their side. I'm not about to.
I don't
get in
ever
my
really
friend's
think
way.
about-
I never played devil's advocate with the other person.
Actually, here's the thing. Probably my worst trait is people. I hate people who play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Because it's the type of thing that's like, okay, you're my friend, but like, why are you taking their side
You
right
need
now?
to agree with me.
Why are you taking their side right
But
now?
then sometimes it's good for them to take the other person's
Yeah.
side.
Okay, later when I'm thinking about it to
Yeah.
myself, but, I'm
like
not
in
going to
the
admit
moment,
it to
you're
you.
like irrational, like you're emotional.
Now, as far as like advice that I received, I can't stand when people give me advice that I did not ask for.
Oh,
so if I
my
am sitting
goodness.
here and I'm talking about something in my life and you immediately jump the gun and give me advice, I never asked you for that. I didn't want your advice in the first place.
Sometimes you just want people to like sit there and listen to you and
Yeah.
validate how you feel and empathize with you. You don't want their like you don't want, oh, but I would do this if I no, like be quiet.
Yes.
Like
Or it's you know, I was in the counselor's office at San Jack, like I said, early college, and I was talking to this lady, and you know, she was asking me about my educational career, and she was like, have you always wanted to do something like early college? And I was like, yes. But when I got into the later years of high school, I got a lot of unsolicited advice from students and teachers telling me not to do what I wanted to do and go to early college. And to that, I understand, but if I'm not asking you explicitly for advice, I don't want it.
Yeah. Actually, when people ask me if they should do early college in general, I
say
push
yes.
so hard for it. I
Yes.
push so hard for it. It's just such a good opportunity, genuinely.
I mean, if you don't want to do that and that's not good for you, then that's fine. Don't take our advice. That's what we're saying. You know what I mean? You ultimately make your own decisions, and we're just here to help you and guide you along and support the decision that you make. So,
Yeah.
I guess we should move into the next
going on
one.
to the next question. What is something you wish you knew sooner / advice you'd give to your freshman self?
It's not that serious. Also, your friends are more important than a stupid boy.
Oh my God, I wish I would have given myself that advice.
Oh my God. Nobody's going to know why that like relates so much to me, but it's just not that gosh darn
No.
serious.
Let me tell you, me and Seta went through, oh my God, we went
Oh.
through very similar situations freshman year with that kind of thing. And I would have given myself that advice too.
I would say that I would give myself fashion advice low key. Like I had no drip freshman year, zero drip, zero style. It was, I look back on like freshman year photos, videos, and I'm glad I was so happy.
Skinny
and
jeans
stuff.
and Vans.
Okay, don't.
No, bro, I was right there with you.
Right there with me. And
I
then,
can't relate, but that's okay.
Okay.
But
okay,
you
Shay.
had good style freshman year. Shut up. But freshman year, my style was so bad, and I was so cringy and kind of annoying. So I would just like go back and like be like, "Girl, you can
Calm down.
It's not that deep. Like, don't.
I
even.
mean, okay, I guess on a deeper note, my life really went off the hinges in sophomore year. Again, some very deeply personal stuff. And I wish that some advice I would have given before that is you are stronger than you think you are, because the stuff that I've had to deal with in the past couple of years has been genuinely the worst period of my life. And if you would have asked me freshman year if some of the things that have happened to me, I would have said no. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't be through it. And I can. And I will continue to do so. And I wish that I would have known that I was stronger than I was, because I was putting up with people that I shouldn't have been putting up with, at Exhibit A from the first advice that we gave. And I was just dealing with a lot personally. And I wish that I would have known that I am stronger and more capable than ever thought.
Side note, do you think that person listens to this?
I don't care. Anyway,
I think it'd be really funny.
We're gonna move on to the next thing. What are you most looking forward to in the near future?
Oh my God, Austin with my best friends.
Okay, you know what I was gonna say? This is kind of near, but Christmas. I'm very excited for Christmas this year. I feel like Christmas this year is gonna be so much fun.
Are you going out of the country again or no?
No, I'm not. I hope.
Esther
Maybe my
fell off
mom-
the face of the earth once.
Okay, freshman year I went on a trip for like only like a month. Okay.
No, tell
No,
them where you
literally,
went.
she was
Tell
gone
them
for
where you went.
2 months and ghosted everyone.
Okay. I was gone for 1 month, one singular month, from like December to January, like half of December, half of January, and I went to Kenya, which is where my country's from, where my family's from, and then we went to Egypt and went to Germany, and then that's it.
Okay, but
That's it.
While she was there, she broke her phone, had no contact with
I did
anybody.
not break
We
my
literally
phone. I
thought
did not
she
break my
died.
phone. It got pickpocketed. And I I'm not gonna go too deep into this, but because it makes me so mad when I think about it. But when it got pickpocketed, like there was no I had no service, so many of my pictures and videos from the trip did not back up.
Terrible.
And I was so livid whenever, oh God, like, and also I was like 12 or 13 at the time. Who pickpockets a phone from a 13-year-old girl? Like, my
honestly,
God.
they were desperate.
Like, really?
Okay, to kind of
Tie back
steal
into
your
the
idea.
question.
To kind of steal your idea, I am looking so forward to Halloween. October, if y'all don't know me, is the busiest month of my life. It's my sister's birthday. It's my birthday. It's Halloween.
It's my birthday too.
Yes, it's Esther's birthday, which makes it exciting. It's me and my boyfriend's anniversary, and we're on 2 years in October, and it's the day before Halloween. And I am just Renaissance Festival. I can go on forever.
Oh my gosh, Renaissance Festival.
Bro,
I'm so
we're
excited.
gonna go to Renfest for that weekend. It's literally gonna be so dope.
No, yeah, Seta's coming with us.
I gotta go this year. Every single year I say I'm gonna go, but I never go. But
Well, we're
this
going
year-
the weekend before Halloween.
Hey,
so.
actually, side note-
shout out. So this is gonna come out before then. Definitely, y'all let me know if you're going to Renaissance Festival. I'll see you there.
But side note for Renfest, please give me suggestions on what to wear there because I don't
Literally.
know. I literally
that's
have no
beautiful.
freaking idea.
I really want to eat a turkey leg. I feel like
Turkey legs are
that's
so
like-
good.
That's like my
Wow, that was
big-
really scary.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
We're kind of going off on a tangent here, but yes,
yeah.
if you guys want to give us
Fashion
some
advice.
fashion advice for Renaissance Festival,
Send us your Pinterest boards.
Yes, I really want you guys to be as engaged with us as you
Interactive.
want to be.
Yeah.
So go comment on our Instagram. Tell us what you're thinking. Go tell us on our Telling Me. Give us the things that you want advice on.
Yeah.
But also let us know who you are and
Yeah.
who we have supporting us so that we can support you.
Period.
So I think that now we're going to move into like our final segment of this podcast. And like I said in the beginning, this is an advice podcast, so we wouldn't leave y'all hanging. We are going to ask each other for advice, something that we've been thinking about lately, and then we're going to advise each other. So who wants to go first?
Okay, you know what? I think I'll go first. Okay, first of all, Seta, how long have you been with your boyfriend?
We make 2 years October 13th.
And then you are also
2 years, October 30th.
dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I literally remember Shaylee talking about Matthew like 2 weeks after I was talking about Bryce.
Yeah.
I do remember you first telling me about Matthew, but I was okay. So I've been with my boyfriend for 9 months, which so
Congratulations.
we're still pretty like new and stuff. But like, I would say if I had to ask y'all for advice, what would y'all give like relationship wise, like to have such a like, because y'all both have such healthy like. I used to always say that, and they still are, but Seta and Bryce are like one of my favorite couples. No, I love Shaylee and Matthew. I love Shaylee and Matthew. But yeah, I would always see y'all, and like y'all are always just so cute and like healthy too. So like, what would y'all
Like this is gonna sound really like dumb.
Communicate.
Yeah,
It's
but
communication.
genuinely communication. Like even when you are being irrational and erratic, and you have like everything going wrong, and like your day is terrible, you have to remember to communicate that to them.
Yes.
And you, even if you do lash out on them, because I know Shaylee and I both really have that problem where we get like
Oh yeah.
super like emotional and overwhelmed, and like because they're always there, they're the first person you see that you just like want to like
Yep.
stop talking to me, you know.
And I feel so bad.
Yeah, and it's just genuinely the thing that you have to communicate that to them before and after the fact that you did not mean that and that you are sorry.
Yes, it also helps, okay, this is not something that you can control, but get a guy that just gets with it. They know what's up.
Yeah.
Like, if you are feeling this way, and, it also has to do with communication. You have to communicate to them that you're feeling this way, but when they know that you're like that, they take all the right steps.
It also
and they
helps,
know
like-
how to treat you.
Yeah, over time they'll learn what you need.
Yes. The biggest thing for me is communication, yes, and trust. You need to be able to trust that person 100%, and they need to be able to trust you 100%,
Yeah.
Knowing that they're going to be there for you, trusting the fact that they're always going to be there for you is super big for me. You should never feel like telling someone your problems is a burden, and Matthew's never made me feel that way.
Amen.
And I think that's a huge thing for me now. Also, I tell him everything. I tell him when I get out of the
you
shower.
should be able
Yeah.
to
I tell
them
him when I
everything.
step out of my house. And you know what? It's not because I think he needs to know. He doesn't need to know, actually. He doesn't want to know. But am I
Yeah.
going to tell him? Yeah.
I just like to be talking to him.
Okay, so what about you, Seta? What do you need some advice on?
Golly. Okay, here's the
Golly.
thing, guys. I am so busy this year. This is probably the busiest year I've ever been ever in my whole life. I work a full-time job, and I'm the president of the Deer Park Theater Company, as embarrassing as that sounds. Also, like, Oh God.
Don't let Wasson hear that.
Embarrassing.
I have this project in the works that I can't tell because I haven't been allowed to say it yet. But I told you guys before we start airing. So I'm doing that, and then we have rehearsals every day from 4 o'clock to 7 p.m. And then from there I go straight to work. And then on top of that I have college and all that stuff. And so honestly, probably my biggest question is, how do I juggle all of that without getting burnt out on like life and being able to enjoy the stuff I'm doing without feeling like I'm wasting time?
That's a good one. I would say, like, be kind to yourself and cut yourself some slack and be able to like recognize whenever you need a break and you need to take a step back and, you know, allow yourself time to cool off so you don't get burnt out. Because I know you, and I know you're not gonna like drop anything because it's like you're passionate about all the things you do, and you shouldn't have to drop anything, but just, you know, give yourself that courtesy to give yourself a break.
I feel like that was beautifully said. Honestly, I'm in the same position right now. I'm juggling so much, and you just need to remember that when you need a break, you need a break.
Yeah.
You need to schedule time for free time,
And
I
there's
know,
no shame in that at all.
Yes, you know, the other day I had a day where I was doing nothing, and I felt terrible after.
It's like that guilty feeling.
Yes, it's guilt. It's like I should have been doing something else. I have homework to do. I have a car to wash. I have a room to clean. And
also, I feel like now, especially senior,
I cleaned my room for the
senior
first time, and it felt so good.
Dang. I thought senior year would be like my most chill year, but like it turns out it's like my most busiest. And like anytime I have like a bit of free time, I like feel anxious, like, oh, like I'm missing something, I need to do something.
Oh my God, that is 100%.
I do that too. I think the biggest thing that I can tell you is we're all going through it, so you need to have people that you are able to talk to. Like, you need to talk to your boyfriend about it. You need to talk to your friends about it. You need to talk to your family about it. You need to talk to us about it, because we're all going through it, and we're able to communicate. Like, sometimes you just need someone to be like, you know what, I'm feeling the same exact way.
Yeah.
You take comfort in that moment, knowing that you
are not alone.
Yeah, and you're going through it with someone else.
100%.
So I think find, you know, comfort in other people and
be kind to yourself.
be kind to yourself. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Hey.
Shay.
So
Any advice you want to?
okay, so I work at my job, right? We all know where I work. Also, if any of you tell my job that I said this, you're canceled, blocked. So, so my job right now, I really like it. I've worked there for about a year. I mean, I love my general manager. He's writing me a letter of recommendation. You know, he's a really good guy. But I am about to move to serving, and I know that I'm going to make a lot more money. But there, you know, it's just the idea that I'm not going to be making my hourly anymore. And I just need to know, you know, should I consider moving to another job that makes more hourly? Because money is a big thing for me. I need to save money. I have a car note to pay. I just recently bought a car. If y'all didn't know that, it's expensive.
Girl boss.
So I don't know. Should I, because I've worked here for a year, my family, you know, knows them. My mom works there too. And I'm about to move to serving, where I know a lot of people make money, but should I be willing to give up my hourly to make tips, or should I be reconsidering my job?
I think that depends on whether or not, if you were to move to a different job, if you were to want to serve there, because I know generally all servers make around the same amount hourly. But if you were willing to like work somewhere that made a lot in general, whether that be serving or somewhere else like fast food or even like HEB, I know a lot of people lately have been working at HEB, and they make like $13, bro.
I do my bank low key. Okay, I'm gonna say this because I feel like if you know me, you know that I low key like job hop, like, cause like if like I don't know how to put this. I hope I don't get fired for this, low key, but like I don't. Besides HEB, I've never really felt loyalty to a company. I feel loyalty to HEB. I love HEB, but I kind of just like go where it pays.
My HEB.
That is my HEB. I go where it pays more, and like I go where like the environment is better. So if you feel like a certain place pays more and the environment is better, like my personal opinion is like, why not go there?
Yeah,
because like you're looking out for yourself, because capitalism, like these companies aren't gonna look after you, like you gotta look out for you.
So I guess what we're trying to say is catch me at Jimmy's while you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, come to go
limited
and
edition
tips. Also, I am gonna transfer to be a server, so when I start serving, y'all be one of the first to know. Come through.
Tip her.
Maybe you won't see me there anymore. I don't know. So you gotta catch me while you can.
Alrighty, I think that sums it up, guys.
Okay, I think that was a beautiful episode. I know we're a little late on telling you who we are, but
hope you enjoyed this episode.
I really hope you liked it. So
yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Give us a like, comment,
subscribe. Follow our TikTok at Dear Abby TikTok. Follow our Instagram at Dear
Abby Podcast.
Yeah,
at Dear Abby
Podcast.
Podcast, not at Dear Abby TikTok.
If you go to our Instagram, all the links are on our Instagram under our highlights. So give us a like, give us a follow, and comment your advice, and we'll give it to you in the next podcast. Thank you guys. See y'all later.
Bye.